Story's completed. Let's talk about the performance tier. Who did well? Who did terrible? Who were the jobbers who got put over? We done one for MK1, right? And your boy Reiko had his jobbing boots on. Who's the main jobber here? And who's the main event here? Let's get into it. Take a look at these glorious names, huh? Come on, man. Fodder, glorified jobbers, acceptable, best showings. Let's get it. Glorified jobber. Come on. Zafina was absolutely garbage in this game. Terrible writing for Zafina. She went out like a sucker. Of course, they showed that she was alive in the end, but performance was dreadful. Awful. You know my take on this. This is the worst portrayal of Law in any Tekken. Just dog shit writing. Horrible. We saw him show up in the story. He was knocked out of the tournament by Paul. No shame in that. But then you later saw him complaining about Paul not giving him the money. Newsflash, neither of you won the tournament. What a mistake in the writing right there. Paul never won the tournament. How could he have the money? Of course, you saw Lord getting beaten up in other people's endings. Just lost everything. That's the worst absolute portrayal of Law in any game. Garbage writing, terrible showing. Jack Fodder, as always. Jack has always been a glorified jobber. Jack is there to put people over. Jack is talent enhancement. Literally, the only thing Jack did in this entire story is push off Elisa, then he got clapped by Lily and Oscar. So yeah, Jack has been garbage in the story. So yeah, nothing there. He's a jobber. Who else? The Bears. I don't even remember what the hell Panda did in the entire story apart from running around. Kuma showed up, got hit with a missile. He was out, never saw him again. Jobbed out, good riddance. Xiao Yu, I mean, she did step up her game a bit. It was acceptable. She held off the Jacks to protect Jin. That was her, like, main moment. Lars, I say he's up there in the best showing because it was like Jin's Ken to Ryu. He was there for him. He tried to hold off Devil Kazuya. Yeah, I'd say Lars is one of the few that came out of this game actually looking like a strong character. But yeah, I think we need to add a new category, man, because yeah, some characters are completely wasted. Completely wasted. Let's go with that. Okay. Who was completely wasted? I'd say Yoshimitsu. Literally can't remember what Yoshimitsu done in the entire story. Nothing. For once in the tournament, never saw the guy again. Yeah, he's wasted for a character like Yoshimitsu, so popular, so impactful. Done zero in the story. At least his actual episode chapter is decent. So yeah, Yoshimitsu is one of the few characters that has a decent chapter ending. But yeah, he done nothing in the main story. Completely wasted. Oscar, this is no surprise to anyone. Character was wasted, poorly written, did absolutely nothing with her. Paul, again, completely wasted. They teased he might fight Kazuya, never happened, didn't even get anywhere near the guy. He would have got clapped anyway. Absolutely garbage performance, poorly written, and his character chapter was even more garbage. So yeah, Paul wasted. Reina, I've said this before, she was the breakout star in this game. Let's just put them all up there. Basically this. Jin, Kazuya, Reina. Those were the top guys in this story. Yeah, I'd definitely go with that. You can throw Losh behind them because he did his thing. Claudio, Had a decent moment where he sacrificed himself, but then you saw in some postcard his feet at the end making his sacrifice useless. How is this guy alive? I have no idea. Leroy had a decent moment with Jin. It was acceptable. Decent rivalry with Feng. Jun, to be honest, she should be put in completely wasted because I'm sure everyone and their mom didn't want to see 10 seconds of Jun. That's all we got. They completely dropped the ball with her, but let's be real. If it weren't for Jun, Jin would have never beaten Kazuya. She gave him the power to neutralize the devil gene. So yeah, in the end, her 10 seconds changed the game. But yes, after all of that wait, people wanted more. She deserved more airtime. Maybe an interaction with Kazuya in the main story would have been cool. But hey, they touch on some of this stuff in their chapter endings and stuff. So the fodder category, I don't think any of these guys are really fodder. Fodder is the guys that you saw fighting Lily and Azuzina and the G-Corp soldiers. Everyone that was getting clapped in the force mode on the battlefield are fodder. Dragunov. Jobber, I think he showed up. We saw him twice. Last time we saw him, Victor clapped him, then he ran off. Yeah, did nothing. Jobber. Who else? Devil. Only because Jin needed it to progress. But yeah, to be honest, you can throw him wherever you want. King, and this is only because of that force mode where they were chanting his name. That little moment was cool for King. That was acceptable for King. Of course he's not going to be in the main story. He's not going to throw hands with Kazuya, we know that. So it was better than nothing. Victor, to be honest, didn't do much. Yeah, he commanded the army, but what did he actually do in the long run? What, beat Dragunov, a jobber. Alisa, at least she had some cutscenes. She was prep talking Jin. She was the main one commanding the people in the force mode, telling them what to do, so she had some kind of a role. It was acceptable, I guess. Nina, same old, same old. Nina's just always just hopping from Mishima to Mishima. Same tired story. But yeah, she was pulling some of the strings. Of course, no interaction with Steve in the main story. Again, dropping the ball there. In fact, you were the cool moment in the story. They were both on the battlefield during that force mode. You should have had them interact. Instead, did nothing. Story dropped, completely wasted. Steve was wasted. The only thing Steve done in this story is Dempsey roll through bullets. Shaheen, same thing. You could have removed everyone in this category from the story and it would have had zero impact. Leo, at least he had a little interaction with Jin. Brian did absolutely nothing. Lee, at least he was talking, kind of instructed them in what to do. Feng did nothing, but his actual character chapter ending is decent. Yeah, at this point. Lily, she's got money. She paid for the plane so they could travel back to Warang. I actually think Warang did okay. His fight with Jin, they made him look strong. Yeah, he did okay. Azuzina, we didn't expect much from her when we heard her backstory, and we didn't get much either. So yeah, you can put her wherever you want. I don't think anyone cares. That's pretty much it. Fodder would be the G-Corp soldiers, you know, everyone getting smacked around on the battlefield, the fodder. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Tekken 8 was basically Jin's redemption arc, and Kazuya was just there for the ride. Reina did her thing, Lars did his thing. Again, I think those top four were the main people. You had a couple of decent performances from Xiao Yu, Claudio, Huarang. But yeah, for the most part, most of the other guys were underutilized. But hey, people, what do you think? Who were your top 5 characters performance-wise? And who do you think were the 5 most wasted characters?